Hey, what's up? This is Chris Motionless from Motionless In White, and you were watching APTV.
Hey, what's up? This is Ryan Downey, West Coast editor for Alternative Press and APTV. Sitting here with Mr. Chris Motionless. How do you approach going out in front of a crowd like this versus a motionless crowd or touring with Manson or something?
This has been... It's actually kind of awesome now at this point. I was frustrated the first couple days because I was like, oh man, these people just don't want to care about us. They don't want to like us, and no matter how hard I tried, it just seemed like, doing the same thing that I would do on a headliner or on our own show really wasn't doing it. So I kind of had to reevaluate the way that I talk to people from stage, and I was like, wait, try something. It turned out where all I had to do was remind. Today was different. Today was awesome right off the bat, but the majority of the shows have been you have to coax the people into really having fun. So I took this approach where I'm like, hey, you're here to have fun, right? We're a band and you're at a show. You took money out of your wallet to come here and have a blast, right? And they're like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, have fun. Let's try that. And then they're like, yeah, all right. And then the crowd goes nuts. So you have to remind them that they're there to have a good time. And that's just, I credit...
You're giving them permission to relax.
Exactly. You have to be that, because we're opening a lot of the nights. We're flip-flopping with Chiodos. The nights where we play second, it hasn't really been a problem. But when you're the opener on a tour this big, the energy is not built. There's nothing in the building to go off of. You are there to create that energy for the rest of the bands.
Talking about Motionless within the context of culture right now and everything, you guys echo a lot of things about a lot of bands that I loved growing up and things like that, that there's just not a lot of right now. Is that, I know you love a lot of the same stuff, is that a heavy responsibility to carry as torchbearers for this whole thing that you're keeping it alive right now?
It's hilarious because there's a song, the last song on our record is called "Carry the Torch." It's 1,000% about that. I mainly wrote it for a few of my heroes that really inspired me to really get into the heavy thing. It's dedicated to John Pettibone, Brandon Schuppetti, Davey Havoc, the dudes who shaped me into being what I am. And it's just Brandon and I had a conversation at one of the Bleeding Through's last shows, and he was very, very nice to me and very do it, brother, take the torch, carry it on, just don't stop, keep doing your thing. And that was the most inspiring moment of my life. My hero just handed me the torch, and he's just, it blew my mind. So of course I wanted to write a song that was this is if I have to have this responsibility, then I'm going to do every thing I can to make sure that this legacy stays rock solid and untouched and unscathed, and just this, I would never ever try to disrespect those bands. They're the world to me. And
awesome, because I didn't know that. So I'm feeling pretty smart.
If he knows it, but I would never be like, hey, I wrote a song for you or anything. But yeah, it's for bands like Bleeding Through and Himsa and AFI, and the bands that really, really put me in the path of where I'm at.
That's killer. Well, I think the torch is in good hands, sir, or the gnarled scepter, as Jason Pettigrew called it. I'm Ryan Downey. This is Mr. Chris Motionless. See you next time.